I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good day, Michael Manning. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful day?
Doing really, really well. Thank you.
It's a great pleasure to connect with you, Michael. What part of the world are you in right now?
I am in Austin, Texas.
All right. Where everything is big, right? Like I keep hearing that about Texas. Is it true?
It is true. I was having a Niçoise salad the other day and the capers were huge.
Oh, that's amazing. Definitely, I'll have to try that out sometime. Michael, please do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time.
I believe it is. I've had a recent promotion in my company to president, and shortly after you reached out to me. So that may be the case.
Okay. And tell us more about the company you're at and being the president.
Sure. I am at Rocksauce Studios. We are a custom app design and development agency. And I have been with the company for almost 6 years. Started out doing marketing and turned that into business development, and started taking a look at the culture and the operations of the company, which naturally gravitated toward being the president, since one of the founders has been stepping out over the last year.
Intriguing. Now, how do you guys interact with podcasts?
We really don't a lot other than just listen to podcasts. I've been on a few over my time at my career at Rocksauce, but I know a great number of my team listen to a variety of podcasts, from things about leadership to video games to cooking to interesting conversations such as this one.
Now, you have that happiness is a habit, right? Explain that for us, please.
Yes. So it roots back, honestly, to the company when we were looking inward at our culture and really trying to engage our customers for a better experience. We had seen that a lot of our team were unhappy. It had a lot to do with work-life balance or expectations, and had engaged in a internal campaign to focus on creating happiness. So I'm a big believer that if you have happy employees, your customers will be the same, and that has been a proven model in our company. So my latest mantra is happiness is a habit. You have to focus on happiness. No one can be the happy for you. Nothing can fill that role. Money, pets, house, location, it has to be something in you.
Now, definitely, just like a farmer, to cultivate such happiness means that there will be challenges, right? You've started this. Why will you continue to repeat the skill of cultivating happiness?
Well, I feel like it's like a cycle. You referenced farming, and that's really interesting because you have to plant the seed grows, it flourishes into a beautiful plant or a vegetable or fruit, and then there's time for harvest. And there's almost that cycle where you have to reinvest that seed back into the ground or refertilize or whatever it may be. It's something that you cannot just say, okay, I'm happy now, I'll be happy forever. It has to be cultivated.
Love that. You seem to be well prepared for this new position at Rocksauce Studios. I'm guessing that you had your challenges under a type leadership previously in life that has now given you the push to not let that reoccur.
Yes. I'm not sure if that's a question or an observation, but that's correct.
Yeah. Well, it's like the mix between there. It's really, yeah, it's like you could not answer it or you could say, okay then. I love that you said yes. So that's intriguing. Well, my friend, tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Exercise.
Ooh, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great. Obviously gone through cycles. Of course, I have a new child. He's just turning 1. So,
congratulations.
With a pregnancy, it is difficult to keep that habit going at the same scale as if you weren't carrying a child. But that is something that I feel like is my time for me. And if that's the only time I get, I'm going to make good use of it and take care of my body.
And why would you suggest to someone that's listening that they do exactly that, where they put themselves first, at least at some point of the time?
Right. It goes back to the adage: if your cup is not full, how are you going to fill anyone else's? I'm a very giving person, so I want to be sure that I fulfilled my, happiness meter or my exercise quotient or taking care of myself for the day, so that I'm able to give fully of myself to others, to my company, to my children, to my husband, to my volunteer work, whatever it may be.
Love it. Amazing audience. You're hearing it live here from Michael Manning, President at Rocksauce Studios. Pretty amazing conversation. Happiness is a habit. Do cultivate it. Michael, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful warm blue Caribbean water. Michael, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Earliest childhood memory, sitting with my mother, my adopted mother, while she was sewing a few things on her antique sewing machine. That's the earliest thing I can remember.
How old do you think you were?
I think I was close to 2 or 3, somewhere in there.
Why do you think this memory is so clear? And how do you see it connecting to who you are today?
I feel like it's a memory that makes me very happy, and that's why it's the earliest I can think of. And it just reminds me that there's always time to be still in the creative process, right? Because I'm now in a very fast-paced industry where, technology or startups, everything has to be so quick. But there is a quality to being still in the creative process. Doesn't matter what you're doing.
That's intriguing. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Okay.
I love the idea, Michael, of you just being observant of what's going on with your your adopted mother, because it is intriguing, right? Just like we use the metaphor of the farmer, right? But to see the seamstress, like the person who takes fabric and puts together via stitches something that can then be used of value. And now to see you in a place where you are stitching together the team members that are part of Rocksauce, the team members that are part of your family to bring value. It's just intriguing how those both connect for me.
Yes. Yeah, it is very intriguing. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
You're welcome. If we fast forwarded to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Oh, when I was 12, my favorite song, I would have to say, so I'm going to age myself here in the younger spectrum. I think it was Don't Speak by No Doubt.
All right.
Yes.
That's amazing. Hey, well, let's connect the dots to that, right? So don't speak, right? Just do. And by no doubts, of course, right? Like do what you do, right? No time for no doubts. Yeah, just to have fun with
that. Yes, there you go.
All right. Well, Michael, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Michael?
Yes, I am.
Michael, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Well, you spoke of your 1-year-old son, right? So you have one child. Do you believe in
2?
You have 2. Oh, there we go. You see, it's always better to ask the question.
Yes.
So you have 2 children, a boy and a girl, right?
2 boys.
Oh, there we go. 2 boys. Ask the question, Angel. Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Probably.
What about screen time? The phone and or the computer, is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Oh, it's more than 8.
Michael, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, what would you say that is?
I don't know, other than what I've already said, which is constantly pursue your own happiness.
Yeah, happiness is a habit, right? Cultivate it.
Yes. Yes.
There we go. Michael, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, this was just a wonderful conversation. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Love it. Michael Manning, thank you, my friend, for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.